Okay, so in this video, we'll download and install MongoDB on a Windows machine and we'll play with the Mongo shell. I am on the mongodb.org website. Let's begin by downloading the MongoDB installer by clicking on the Download MongoDB button. I'm going to click on the Windows 64-bit button to download the latest production release. Now once downloaded, let's run the installer. Accept the license agreement and hit next. Let's select a custom installation and you can set the location where you want MongoDB to be installed. I'll leave this to the defaults here. Hit next and the install button to begin the installation process. Now once done, let's go inside our program files folder and you'll notice we have a MongoDB 2.6 standard folder which contains a bin folder with the MongoDB executables. But what we still don't have is a folder where Mongo should store data and the log file. For this, let's go back to our C drive's root and I'll create a folder called Mongo within which we'll make a folder called data with another folder called DB. The next thing that we need to do is to install MongoDB as a Windows service so it runs automatically when Windows loads. To achieve this, we will first need to create a configuration file that defines our database folder and a location for the log file. For this, right-click on the command prompt and choose Run as Administrator. Now let's go into Program Files and the MongoDB 2.6 standard folder. And let's create a configuration file first. Type copy con and let's name our config file mongod.cfg. Press enter and let's set log path is equal to c:/mongo/log. This will be our log file. Next, let's set db path is equal to c:/mongo/data/db. Press enter and now to write out the file, press the F6 button followed by enter. As you can see, the mongod.cfg file has been created. Now let's go into the bin folder here, which contains MongoDB executable files, and to install MongoDB as a service, we'll type mongod.exe followed by --config, and in the double quotes we'll give the path to the config file that we've just created. So c:/program files/mongodb 2.6 standard/mongod.cfg. Close the double quotes and follow this with --install. Press enter now and this will create a service called MongoDB. Now to begin the service, we'll just type net start MongoDB. This will launch our MongoDB server installation. Now let's clear the screen and type Mongo and press enter. This will start the Mongo shell an interactive interface to MongoDB. As mentioned in the last video, this is really based on the V8 engine just as Node.js is. So if we type 2 plus 2, it works just like Node.js REPL. Also, if we type something like new date, it throws back today's date. Let's clear the screen by typing CLS and pressing enter. Now, to see a list of databases that we have, we'll type show DBS and press enter. This shows two databases, admin and local. To use a database, we have to use the use keyword. If we type use mailing list, then it will implicitly create the database since it does not exist yet. If we type show collections, it doesn't return anything because we do not have any collections yet. Collections are like tables. Let's create one implicitly by inserting the first document. We'll type db, which refers to the mailing list database, dot users, the name of the new collection, followed by a dot and insert. Within the insert method, we'll provide a JavaScript object with two key value pairs, a name and email like so. When you press enter now, the users collection would be created with this document as its only content. Let's insert one more document like so. Now to view the contents of our collection, we'll use the db.users.find method. Notice the object ID key has been inserted automatically by MongoDB. This is a unique identifier for every document that is inserted into a collection. To print out a nicely formatted output, use the pretty method like so. This is more readable, isn't it? Next, let's insert another document. This time, we'll also insert the user's phone number in as the third key value pair. As you can see, this works perfectly fine because MongoDB uses a flexible schema, so you can have a different structure to each document within the same collection. In something like MySQL, this is categorically not possible without altering the table to have a field for the phone number, for instance. No such problems with MongoDB. Now let's see how we can add a phone number to John Doe's document. To do that, we'll use db.users.update, and the first argument that we'll provide is an object that works like a where clause in SQL, and it finds the document where the updation needs to be done. The next argument will be the value that we want to insert into this document. We'll use $set and set it to another object with the key value pair that we want to append to John Doe's document. Finally, we'll set the third argument to the update method as another object which sets the property upsert to true. Setting this option to true will create a new document with the provided value if a record with the name of John Doe is not found, for instance. If we now see all the records, we can see that John Doe now has a phone number key as well. To remove a document, we can use the db.users.remove method and provide it with an object that refers to a particular key value pair in a document. We'll use the name key to find a document where the value of the name is Ed Dillinger. This removes the document. If we now type show DBS, you'll notice that we do have the mailing list database, and on typing show collections, we get to see our users collection, which we have been working on throughout this video. To remove this database, while we are still using it, just type db.dropDatabase, and this drops the database. To exit the Mongo shell, just type exit and press enter. So this was a quick run through MongoDB. My intent here was to give you a glimpse into how MongoDB works. As mentioned earlier, practically speaking, we will not use a locally installed database, but rather a hosted database on mongolab.com. So let's jump right into a practical project now.